You know, some symbols, they're not just colors on a flag, right? They're memories. They're who you are. And sometimes they become the very thing a government tries to erase. That's what we're digging into today, the story of one of those symbols and the powerful memory it just refuses to let go of.
So, take a look at this. This is the lion and sun. And for centuries, man, this wasn't just some official seal on Iran's flag. It was literally a piece of the nation's soul. It stood for a history, a culture, a whole story woven together over thousands and thousands of years. Which of course brings us to the big question, the one this is all about. Why? Why on earth is this symbol, something so deeply a part of a nation's story, now forbidden in its own homeland? I mean, how does that even happen? The answer? Well, it goes way beyond just politics.
Okay, so to really get it, we first have to talk about what was wiped away, because this was never just about changing a flag. No, this was an attempt to completely rewrite who a nation believes it is.
Everything changes in 1979. When the Islamic Republic comes to power, they launch this systematic campaign to literally scrub the lion and sun from everywhere. I mean, everywhere. It's ripped off flags, erased from official documents, even chiseled right off the sides of buildings.
And here's the thing you have to understand. This wasn't some simple rebranding, like a company changing its logo. Nope, this was the first shot fired in a deliberate, calculated war. A war on memory, a war on identity. And it's a war that's been going on for almost 50 years now.
So to really feel the weight of what was being attacked, we got to go back, way back. Let's look at the incredible civilization this symbol actually stood for.
Because let's be clear, the story of Iran, of Persia, it doesn't start in 1979. We're talking about a civilization that's thousands of years deep, stretching all the way back to antiquity. And this incredible heritage is what the new regime basically declared the enemy. And this wasn't some abstract idea, this identity was tied to the land itself. I mean, from the Caspian Sea all the way down to the Persian Gulf, this culture was just woven into the very fabric of the nation. You could find it in the poetry, the art, and of course, in its symbols.
And that's really what made the lion and sun so incredibly powerful. Think of it like a time capsule. This one single emblem held millennia of history, of pride, of a unique Persian identity that predates Islam. It held everything.
But, and this is key, getting rid of that symbol wasn't a one-and-done deal. Oh no. It kicked off a sustained 47-year war on memory itself, and it was a war fought on a whole lot of different fronts.
Just look at how this played out over the decades. In the 80s, the strategy was to reframe ancient history as un-Islamic. Amazing historical sites like Persepolis, just neglected. Then, through the 90s and 2000s, they went after the Persian language and national holidays, trying to Islamize celebrations like Nowruz. And in the last couple of decades, the war has actually expanded to the land itself, with just catastrophic environmental neglect wiping out natural treasures.
I mean, the contrast is just stark. Before 1979, you have the lion and sun, Persian heritage, Nowruz. All of these were pillars of national pride. After 1979, the symbol is gone. The heritage is suppressed. Nowruz is changed. And all those ancient values, they're suddenly branded as enemy values. Just a total flip.
And believe it or not, this war on memory actually became a war on nature too. The drying up of Lake Urmia, which was this incredible, vibrant symbol of natural beauty, widespread deforestation, terrible mismanagement of water. It's all part of the exact same pattern. It's about erasing the land itself, the very thing that defined the nation for centuries.
So here we are again, back at that same question, but now we have so much more context. After all of that, why? Why is a powerful regime so deathly afraid of a simple drawing of a lion and a sun?
It's because that symbol whispers something powerful, something the regime just cannot stand to hear. It's a constant, silent reminder that says Iran existed before you and it will exist long after you're gone. It represents a history, a memory, an identity that is completely outside of their control.
But listen, this is not just a story about loss. Not at all. It's also a story of incredible, unbelievable resilience. Because after decades of being pushed down, something is waking up. Something you might call the unforgettable heart of a nation.
Just in the last few years, we've started seeing it. A powerful reawakening across Iran. That same lion and sun, the one they tried to erase, it's coming back. You see it being waved at protests, spray painted on walls, shared all over social media.
It has become the symbol of defiance.
And what this is really is a form of cultural resistance. By taking back this symbol, an entire generation is basically saying no to the identity that's been forced on them for almost 50 years. They're digging for their real roots. They are demanding their own history back.
So let's just recap for a second. You have a regime that spent nearly half a century trying to systematically wipe a civilization off the map. They changed the flag, they let history crumble, they even poisoned the very land.
They had control of the schools, the media, the government. They did everything they could to control what people were allowed to remember. But in all that, they forgot one simple, crucial thing.
And that is that memory isn't written on flags. It's written in people's hearts. It gets passed down in stories, in songs, in the quiet, defiant act of a family celebrating their own traditions. And hearts, well, hearts never, ever forget.
And because of that, today, the lion and sun isn't just a symbol of a lost past anymore. It's become a promise for the future. It's proof that you can't erase a memory, and a testament to an identity that simply refuses to die.